guys, it's Will. Welcome to another Nerdy Nummies. Today I'm hanging out with my sister Mo.
Hey everybody.
She's amazing. She's awesome. We're also neighbors now.
We are. That's a true story.
So we might be making some more videos together this year.
Okay.
If you missed the gender reveal video, Mo is pregnant. She's about 4 months pregnant now.
Yep, about.
Yeah.
Which is like getting close to halfway.
So today we're going to be filming something very special. It's a little nostalgic, but with a twist. I thought it would be fun to recreate one of our most popular videos together, but make it tiny. Molly, hold your little sister.
Oh my gosh, here's little Anna.
Almost 8 years ago, Molly, you and I, for the first time, made princess sister cakes. We made Elsa and Anna cakes, and I thought it'd be perfect because they're sisters like we are, and there's an older sister. I'm like Elsa, and Molly's the younger sister like Anna.
So today, we're gonna make tiny princess cakes.
That's right. If you like watching videos with me and my sister Mo, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, it's free, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. Let's get started. Molly, this is already an upgrade from the last video because last time we started with our cakes already made, and then we showed how you could decorate a cake like this and carve it and put it together. But this time we are going to be making our cakes from scratch. The recipe is from the Nerdy Nummies cookbook, and it is the white cake recipe, which is a vanilla white cake. And for today, we didn't need as much cake because they're very small. So we're just going to cut this recipe in half. If you're interested in the cookbook, I'll put a link down below. Okay, everybody, we've got a little baking powder, a little flour, and salt. So you're gonna put these together, whisk together until well combined, and then set off to the side. And we'll be putting all of the ingredients and their measurements in the description down in the bottom. So if you wanna follow along at home, you can. Okay, this is looking good. I'm gonna set this off to the side.
Next step, we're gonna cream together our shortening and butter, and then add our sugar until light and fluffy.
Yep.
And the butter is room temperature.
Yes.
It's not cold.
Yes.
And it's not melted. It's very important for texture.
Mix those together. Molly's using an electric hand mixer. You can do this by hand, but the electric mixer just makes it so much easier, and you wanna do it on a medium speed. Mo, that is looking good. Now we're gonna add in the sugar, and they're just gonna cream together until light and fluffy, usually mixing for a couple minutes. Oh yeah, this is looking good, nice and fluffy. This is what we want.
That's
now
right.
You're gonna add your eggs. We have a couple egg whites here, but Molly, you're gonna add about half at a time.
Half at a time?
Yes.
We got it.
There you go. Oh, gooey!
Oh my gosh!
Let me get them.
It's like a, what do you call it? Snot rocket. Okay, there we go. There we go.
Ew!
You know,
Oh, what?
you know, snot rocket when you. Anyway, here we go. We're gonna mix it up. We're gonna mix it up. Okay, you want to throw the second half?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Throw it in there. Nice.
All right, looking good. Scrape down those sides.
That's right.
Now this recipe is not bursting with flavor. It's very simple, so if you have people in your family or friends who love simple flavors and simple cakes, they might love this. And I also love the texture of this cake. It's really good for when you're making like stacked cakes, tiered cakes, or you're even carving shapes. All right, Molly, but let's add that flavor.
Okay, let's get the vanilla.
Yeah, we got
and
the sugar,
almond.
we got the butter, and now you're gonna add your extracts. We've got vanilla and almond extract. I'm just inhaling this.
You too. Make sure it gets in there.
I'm gonna get every drop. Every drop
Okay,
goes
good.
in. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, that smells good.
I know.
That's good. That hits you.
All right, we've got all of our mixtures. We have our wet mixture, our dry mixture, and our milk. So we're gonna start combining them, starting and ending with the dry mixture.
That's right. So you're gonna add a third of the dry mixture, mix it up, then half of the milk, mix it up, another third of the dry, mix it up, second half of the milk, mix it up, and the last of the dry, and mix it up. Don't forget to scrape down in between mixing.
All right, our batter is looking good, and it is ready to pour into our greased and lined 9x13 pan.
Yeah, and it's lined with a piece of parchment paper at the bottom, like so. It just makes popping the cake out so easy. It will never stick. It's a pro tip. We're just basically making a very thin sheet cake. All right, Molly, let's pour it in there. Pour all of the batter into the pan, and then you're gonna wanna spread it to be even, so it bakes evenly in the oven.
All right, the batter is nice and smooth in the pan, and now we're gonna bake it at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes until it springs back up. Our cake has finished baking and we've even chilled it a little bit in the refrigerator, and now it's time to cut out our pieces.
Yes, you want to make sure it's completely chilled before you do this. This is a really fun technique. Our cake's really thin, so we're going to be cutting out our cake layers with cookie cutters, circle cookie cutters. So Molly, we're going to need 5 of these and then 1 of those. Elsa's waist is just a little smaller on the doll. Anna's got a bigger dress on. She's got like a cape situation or whatever, so they're gonna have a little bit of variation. This circle cookie cutter is a 3-inch, and we're gonna need 5 of them. So we're gonna get them really close together, press straight down, give it a little jiggle like so, and you're just gonna gently pop it out. Perfect. And then Molly will need 1 of those, so maybe in the corner.
And then it looks like there's gonna be a little extra for Snicks.
These are the small cakes that we're gonna use to make our princess cakes, and this is the extra cake. So if you want, what I like to do with my extra scraps is crumble up the cake. You can add a little frosting or cream cheese or chocolate ganache, one of my favorites, and you can make little cake pops with it. So hold on to your scraps because you can make more yummy desserts. All right, I'm just gonna move these out of the way, Molly, and let's make those cakes. So now with our cakes cut out, we've got a little bit of math going on. Molly, I'm gonna have you do the special one.
Okay, so we're gonna cut our smaller one with this top.
Yeah, the
and this
top
is
of
gonna
the
be
tip.
the top of Elsa. This
The
is
tippy
her
top of the
special
tip.
cake. The tippy top of the,
top of the
and
tip.
the small one. Okay.
So this is a large circle piping tip, and we're using the piping end. This is a number 809, but really just use whatever you have in your kitchen.
just like that.
Perfect. Then I'm using a 1 1/4 circle cookie cutter to cut out the middle of 3 of the cakes in front of us.
And make sure to get it in the center as much as possible.
Now we've got our cakes all shaped. We're gonna carve these cakes a little bit. We had to make them a little bit larger because our last dolls, they didn't have dresses on them. And these little dolls have dresses on them and they don't come off, so we're having to build around them. And anyone knows if you've carved a cake big or small, it's crumbly, crumbly, crumbly. And
Colder, the better.
colder the better. The more frozen these are, like little ice cubes, the better. So pop these in the freezer for an hour.
So Ro, you're saying you want your cakes frozen?
I do.
All right.
The colder the better.
Love that.
Just like Elsa's heart.
Wow.
Whoa!
Okay. All right, now that our cakes are super frozen, they're ready to carve.
And last time we made a princess cake, we put our doll inside of the cakes first and then carved the shape. But in this situation, they're very small, they're very tiny, it's a little too messy, so we're gonna do some pre-carving. We're gonna do some carving before we assemble these cakes. So we're gonna start with one of our regular circle cakes with no hole in the center and a sharp cutting knife. This one's a little bit serrated, so be careful, don't get your fingers. I'm on top of a cutting board, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut at a diagonal angle. Oh, that's nice. And then we're just going to cut all the way around. Ta-da! You want your cake to look about like that. Then we're gonna do it to the next one as well. The bottom layer of the cake is all carved. Now we're gonna carve the other layers of the cake. The ones that look like little rings, they look like little donuts. Okay, so again, take your knife and you're gonna add an angle, cut all the way around, making a diagonal. But remember, you wanna keep the hole in the center, so don't carve it that thin. Let's get some shape on there. I like to start small and then I can always carve more. Okay, now we've got the bottom layer, the middle layer, and now we're gonna carve the top layer. For this little one right here, we're gonna come pretty close to that inner circle, but then a little step back and add an angle, that nice diagonal, and we're just gonna cut all the way down. And you're gonna do this on the 4 sides. And then once you've got all 4 sides cut, it's gonna make a little square, then we'll just cut off the corners to make it more circular. Ooh, just be careful, do not get that center hole. You wanna really be careful. There you go. Once you've got them all carved, you're gonna take your sharp cutting knife and you're gonna actually cut in half. And we're gonna do that because we've got to fit this little cake around the doll's dress.
All right, our cakes are carved and now it's time to stack.
Mo, can you hand me some of that buttercream icing?
Here
In
you
a
are.
little piping bag, I have some buttercream icing with a number 10 tip at the end, which is just a small circle tip. I'm gonna put a little bit on our plate. Right now is where I'd pick whatever you want to serve your cake on. We're using these little mini plates, but you can use like a cupcake stand, you could use a regular plate, whatever you want. I'd pick now because these are little and they're delicate and I'm nervous to move them. So we're gonna take our first layer, place it down. I put a little buttercream at the bottom so it will stick. Molly, you do the same. Pipe a little buttercream on the center of your plate. Yeah, there you go. We've got our first layer of cake. Now we're gonna pipe a layer of buttercream. Got a good layer going on here. Molly, your turn. And to keep her arms out of the cake, I'm moving her arms up, little party arms like we've done before. Yeah, they just stick her on there. You got her arms up. Oh, you got to bend it up. Woo! Well, we've just learned that these are quality toys and you can completely bend them even though they're not supposed to bend. And just put her little feet in the icing. Anna's a little taller than Elsa because she has the boots on. You can stick her feet into that buttercream. Now we're gonna put a little bit of icing and we're gonna put on our next layer of cake. Mo has got a little bit more icing to do because of the gap between the dress and the feet, so she's just filling it in with buttercream icing.
Make sure it sticks.
Yeah, we want it to stick. Now I'll take our little layers and gonna just place them around. We're just gonna squish these together as best we can, and if there's anything hanging over, I'm just gonna carve it off. But this is looking good. Now for our third layer of cake, icing around again. Here you go. Molly, you got frosting on your head.
Oh my
Let me get it
goodness.
off. Let me get it off.
On my forehead?
Yeah, you got icing on your forehead.
Okay.
Okay. Oh shoot! Now I got it in your hair.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there you go.
You
There you
got
go.
it?
There you go. It's fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
okay,
Never
okay,
happened.
okay.
Never happened. Okay, you hold her arms up and I'll put
Okay.
on the other layer. Okay, ready,
Okay.
ready, ready? Go, go. Did I get it? All right, Molly's is a little tall. Looks like Anna is wearing a Snuggie, so we're gonna have to cut this a little bit lower.
Yeah, we do.
Now we're gonna pop these in the freezer for about an hour to firm up, and after it's frozen, we're gonna adjust Anna's dress. We're gonna make it a little bit lower, but after it's completely chilled,
Yeah.
before we carve or reshape, they're gonna go in the freezer together. Ooh.
Let's go. Okay. The cakes are frozen and we carved off a little of the top cake around Anna, so she's cleaned up and ready to go.
Yep.
And now it is time to ice their beautiful dresses.
As you can see, we placed our cakes on top of a damp cloth on top of a turntable so that it will have some tension and it won't slip while we're decorating to make things a little bit easier. And in piping bags, we have vanilla buttercream icing. Mine is a light blue color and Molly's is dyed a little bit darker to match their dresses. At the end of the piping bag, we have got some flat tips. They're number 46. We're actually gonna start icing at the top of the cake where the top of the dress starts around the waist and then moving our way down. We're also gonna be a little generous with the icing because we're not gonna be doing a crumb coat, Molly.
Oh my goodness.
No crumb
Okay,
coats.
it's getting
no
wild.
crummy tummies.
We're getting wild.
This is all gonna be smooth like butter because it's a
Woo.
little too finicky for these little cakes. We're gonna start up here.
Start
And
at
I'm
the
just
top.
gonna really carefully take your time, Molly,
Okay.
and pipe around. And this is where a turntable really comes in handy as well because it makes it nice and smooth. And I just keep piping all the way down until she's covered with buttercream. If you ever get crumbs on your piping tip, you can always wipe it on the paper towel right here to keep your buttercream nice and smooth. Once you've got your cake ice, you're going to take an offset spatula and very gently, Molly.
I'm nervous, but I've got this.
Very gently,
Okay.
we're going to work our way around the cake to smooth it out and just apply a very gentle pressure and spin that cake around.
Our dresses are iced, they're nice and smooth, and now it's time for the details.
We also left a little bit of texture in there, just like our original cakes.
Oh my gosh, and those took so long.
I know.
How smooth it was.
We don't need to worry about the top or the bottom being perfect because we're gonna cover them with design right now. Same design, you
Got
remember?
this. Yeah, and then as the icing on her dress,
And this one.
it'll get darker over time. So
Yes.
it will turn into more of a purple maroony color like our
Right.
original one.
When you're coloring buttercream icing with some dyes, Some stay truer to color as they harden and dry, and some, as they harden and dry, they will become more vibrant or deeper colors.
And then I'm gonna start my details with purple with a little star tip. This one is a 13.
13.
So really little open star.
And then I'm kind of doing the zigzag motion. I've got this beautiful teal buttercream with a number 301. Teeny. I mean, look how small. Look at these little teeny. All right, and I'm just doing zigzags like we did before. Okay, here we go. On our piping bags, we're using couplers, so if you're ever wondering, what the heck are those things? The one side of it goes in the bag and the second side goes on the top. And why you do this is so you can use different tips with the same icing color. So you can just stick on a different tip and stick on a little coupler and keep decorating. Ooh, I got an open star. Now I've got a number 16 tip. It's a little bit bigger. And on the bottom, I love this. This is so much fun. Look at this. You just apply a little bit of pressure and pull away, and it makes this cute little cake design that just creates the perfect border. And I love this because, like, whenever you're making a birthday cake, if you just new to decorating, this is a really easy first thing to learn to do. Oh, Molly, that's so cute. Good job. I'm so excited because it is time for the final decorations to put on these dresses. Now, Molly, we have to just scale down everything we did before.
Okay, just
Think small. For the final decorations, I've just got some regular buttercream in a piping bag with the smallest tip that they make. That's right, a number 1 tip, the smallest little circle right here. And in another little bag, I needed something smaller than a number 1, Molly. So I cut the end ever so smally. So we have a 1 and then a smaller than 1. My best attempt. And we're gonna pipe little snowflakes around her dress. Molly, what you got over here in these bags?
Okay, I'm gonna have to make little flowers around the bottom of her dress.
Yeah,
so
I remember that.
I have a red that will kind of look a little bit pink when it dries in a number 1, so the smallest. And then the same teal that you used in a number 1, that will do the leaf.
We use the same bag because we had a coupler.
Yeah, and then some purple dots around the top of them. Because the flowers are so small, I'm just gonna trace with the toothpick to do a little outline to make sure I know the size and about where to put them.
I'm gonna do the same thing for my little snowflakes. Like you can see in the side of the buttercream right here, I've just traced really lightly some snowflake designs. And then I'll cover them up with the buttercream icing. It's gonna be a bunch of little dots. You want the smallest little dots that ever dotted. Oh my gosh! This is tiny decorating, and I'm just gonna do this and cover the rest of the cake with these tiny little snowflake designs. And ta-da! Here are the teeny princess cakes that we made today to look like the original cakes that we made years ago. And look how cute they are!
They're so little. It's just like a perfect little cupcake. A little treat.
They basically are cupcake size cakes.
Yeah.
I love them. I'm obsessed with these. This is bringing back so many happy memories. So Mo and I have done the original princess cakes. Then we did the new dresses when the new movie came out.
Frozen 2.
Oh yeah, they had a whole new wardrobe, and now we've done miniatures. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was very nostalgic for us.
That was fun.
It's an oldie, but with a new spin on it. I'm gonna be taking pictures and posting them all over social media, and if you guys make any miniature princess cakes, take a picture and send it to us because we love seeing your baking creations. It makes me happy. It makes my day, especially when they're little cute princess cakes.
Oh my gosh.
Again, I'll be posting the recipe and all of the ingredients in the description down below, so if you want to try to make these at home, you can. And if you guys enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up for Molly.
Hey!
She's such a trooper. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time we post a new video.
And if you guys have any other ideas for any nerdy nummies, leave a comment down below.
Down below. Leave me a comment down below, and we'll try to make it happen. Molly, don't cry too hard. We have to do photos. All right, everybody. If you have any other ideas for any other nerdy nummies, leave me a comment down below, and I will do my best to make it happen. All right, thanks again for watching, you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.